Hi and welcome to my channel. I am Lisa Crow of Wee Crafty Crow. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and today I'm going to teach you this lovely tangle which was deconstructed originally by Zentangle ink. So as you can see, this is a gorgeous tangle. It's very versatile. You can draw it within a string that you've put down yourself. You can make it into more of a floral arrangement. I'll show you all of these other tangles at the end, but just now I'm going to get straight in to drawing this tangle today. So today I'm just going to mention I'm using my brand new Ren pen from Tom's Studio. It's quite easy if you're my husband to get presents for me. He knows how much I love Zentangle and all my Zentangle supplies. So I got a new Ren pen in my favourite colour. Anyway, first of all, I'm going to put down here just a couple of orb type shapes. And then we're going to join these orb shapes together with a kind of lazy S shape that kind of auras it's the original shape. And then either side, we're going to do, I suppose they're like tethered auras. Finding it difficult to speak today. And you know, there's no defined number of strokes that you should put either side of your original aurid line. You can make this as wide or narrow as you would like. And then you're just fairly randomly adding more orbs as you go. I'm going to have one that kind of disappears behind the first one that I've drawn here. And drawing behind the technique, drawing behind. And doing the technique that you may or may not know of Zentangles called take off and land, which just means that when you start your stroke, you take off from a point that you've already drawn on, you retrace it slightly, then you bring your stroke out and then you land back on a pre-drawn section. I love this pen. It writes really quite smoothly. I'm not too sure what the colour of the ink is. I thought it was black when I first opened it up, but I think it's actually a very dark blue. Not too sure, but it's lovely anyway. It's sort of an equivalent. I'm thinking I'm going to join this orb here onto this dot that I already have. Yeah, it's very similar to the Micron PN pen. So what I've got here, you'll see that my lines that I'm creating as aura lines, they're fairly consistent in width, but you might want to explore when you draw your own Ravel. You may want to end up having some of the lines be thicker than others. That could be quite a nice visual appeal. I'm going to put another orb here. So there's nothing that I'm doing here, you know, from a point of view of pre-planning. I'm just kind of putting new orbs down as I go, as I kind of see how the tangle is developing. I think in this instance I'm going to join these two together. It's very mindful tangle. I really like this one. I say that about everything though, don't I? Maybe one here. I think I'll have one more orb. I'm not going to cover. You could potentially, if you wanted to, cover every single surface, all the surface area of this tile. But I'm just going to leave some blank space around the edges of my tile. Actually, I think I'm going to add another Ravel here. So what I love about Ravel is that each time that you do it, it will look different. It's definitely going to look different just by the nature of this tangle in itself. So once you have all of the Ravel shapes down that you would like to put, obviously if you are creating this at home, keep going if you would like. But I am going to ink in the spaces in the middle where my Ravel have kind of not filled in that area. And an optional thing here, this is not in the original step out, I'm just going to add some rounding here and there, literally meaning, if you don't know what rounding is, I'm just adding ink into any of these areas where there's more of an angular look. That is 100% optional. Obviously doing the whole tangle in the first place is optional, but this wasn't in the step out. Sorry, I'm coughing a little bit. I was away for the New Year week with my family, and we all ended up, like, there's my daughter 5, she's 5 now, and my 2 nephews who are nearly 3 and 6 months old, and they all got the cold, and we were all sharing the cold, and so I think my voice is going to hold out, but we'll see how we go. So I'm kind of pretty happy now the way that I have my tile now from an ink point of view. So I'm just going to come in and put some shade with graphite pencil, just anywhere that you've got these tangles, these Ravel shapes overlapping another Ravel shape. And this is just going to start, obviously, adding a sense of dimension. You could add some shade where the edge of the tangle is. But it's just such a beautiful, simple to draw tangle. I really like this one. I'm actually doing the Zenuary challenge, which I bought the kind of little booklet to it from Etsy last year. The name of the person who pulls the challenge together escapes me right now. But yeah, I bought the challenge booklet last year and then never quite got all of the days complete, but I've been working through the days so far this year. I've drawn the first 3 tiles, so I'll get all the rest of them completed and then posted onto my social media. But I did look ahead and I noticed that one of the days further into the month, that there's a day for Ravel, so I'll be exploring this tangle even more. For the purposes of my video today, I'm just going to keep it very simple, a basic Ravel shape. So obviously, just as you can see, I'm using the blending stump at the minute just to smooth out any graphite that I've placed down, just to ease out any harsh lines. And I think one more thing that I'm going to do in a shading context is to just put some graphite at the tips of each of the Ravel shapes or petals. This will just add another bit of dimension to the composition. And if you've forgotten to add graphite to a specific part of your tangle, you should probably be able to effectively cheat and just use some of the graphite that's ended up on the blending stump. You don't necessarily go back in with the pencil if you've forgotten to put the graphite in. So that is basically the tangle Ravel complete. I'm going to do one more thing today, which is again entirely optional. I'm coming in just with my Signal pen. It's violet, I believe. I think that actually, now I'm twirling it around to show the camera, it's on the lid. It's a violet metallic uniball pen. So I'm just coming in with that violet ink and just filling in those original orb shapes of each of the Ravel pieces. There's different ways that you could approach the inking and shading and colouring of Ravel. I think that looks quite effective today. Like I said before, the colour of this ink is more of a blue, and I think I can see it better in person than you'll be able to see it on camera, but the purple of this metallic pen actually really complements the ink in my Ren pen. So that is Ravel. I'm going to just add my chop to this particular Ravel tile, and then I will show you some examples of other Ravel drawings that I've created before. So this one is the one that I showed you at the start of the video, and this is very similar to what I've just taught this morning. So that's very kind of florally shaped. You could kind of treat it more as like, you know, individual flowers. If you can kind of isolate this bit in the middle, that looks like an individual flower, but you know, depending on where your kind of mood takes you, you may end up just keep adding more and more blossoms or flowers onto it. This one, I mean, some of these tiles aren't complete. You can see I've actually penciled in, I don't really know why I was doing this, but I've kind of gone round the outside of a 3Z tile. I was maybe going to use this as a 3Z tile, but I've decided to draw Ravel over the top, and I've been exploring with different ways that you can fill this. So I've got sort of a Knightsbridge shape in the original aura line, and then I've been exploring the idea of using orbs. You can decide whether or not that's something that you would like to do. Obviously this tile's not yet complete. This tile, actually, I remember creating this one very well. I was in seminar 39 and we created, the people from the UK who were in seminar 39 created a little group that we ended up calling Britanglers. And one night we had a catch up on Zoom and just tangled together, which was lovely. So we did Ravel that evening. As you can see, it's just at the bottom right hand corner there. And it's just really simple but effective, and I like this, how it's so striking with the drama of the black background on this one. And then this one, you can see it's been used here in a more of orange colour. This was actually from one of Zentangle's project packs. I think it was a day that Molly and Martha had done. I don't think that they used Ravel in the original video. I think I just must have taken a notion to do Ravel that day. But yeah, you can see like there are different ways that you could treat this tangle. You could just go off and explore it, use different colours. You could shade it with colouring pencil, with pastel pencil, just, you know, graphite, like the way that you would treat a kind of traditional Zentangle tile. Very, very versatile and great fun. So if you get involved with today's video that I've taught and you end up doing your own Ravel tangle, I would love to see what you come up with. Please do share it. You can tag me on social media. I'm at WeCraftyCrow on Instagram, Facebook, and here on YouTube, obviously. And obviously, if you've subscribed, thank you very much. But if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe and like this video, because it just means that you won't miss out on any future videos that I'm going to share. And thank you so much for joining me today. I hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye.